Well, it's a fun day for me today. I am going to go pick up my brother because he's coming to my house to visit me, which is huge because he hasn't been out of his house other than to go to the hospital since he got out of the hospital. So we're going to do an update video on him today and see how he's doing. So yeah, let me go get him. See you in a second. All right, everybody, I'm back at my house and I got my brother here. So we're gonna do an update on how he's feeling since he got out of the hospital. So give me a second and we'll get him on here and he'll tell you all about it. All right, Sean, say hi to everybody.
How's it going, everybody?
How's it going? How's YouTube? The dogs are like, yay, Sean's here, Uncle Sean's visiting. So you got out of the hospital when?
The first day out was July 31st of 2021.
And today is July 8th, or January 8th, right?
At that point.
Yes, that was okay, yes. And today is January 8th,
Yes.
2022. So you've been out, and how many times have you been back in the hospital?
Well, my first return was a month later. I made it to August 31st before I had to go back into Rush University.
And what did you have to go back for?
I was having complications, wasn't maintaining weight, couldn't eat. At that time, I wasn't on my liquid nutrition that goes in my arm through my port here. I didn't have that hooked up. They thought I could do without it, and turns out I couldn't. So I had to go back in for about 3.5 weeks during September, and they put in the port at that time, and then I went home with the TPN. And then I was having other complications with it and couldn't find home care in my area, so I ended up going back in October for a couple of more weeks. And in between that time, I've had a few stays, or not a few stays, but a few visits to the emergency room via ambulance for complications with pain and dehydration, and the most unfortunate of it all is opiate withdrawal.
Opiate withdrawal. Hang on, I got Autumn in the way. Autumn, you saying hi to everybody on YouTube and taking care of Uncle Sean? So with the opiate withdrawal, is that because the medication that they have you on?
Yeah, nice thing about opiates is that they work. They will cure your pain, they will work, and you will feel good for a little while. But then your body gets used to it, and then it starts to take a toll on your body and your mind. And I fear I'm addicted to opiates.
That's not a good thing, but we can help you through that, man. We're here for you.
It's not at a point where I'm abusing them, but it is at a point where I can't get through my day without them.
Wow.
And 3 times in December I had to go through withdrawals because of the laws regarding opiates and unavailability at my pharmacy, and of course with COVID, the shipments aren't coming to the pharmacy and they're not getting them when they're supposed to, and my medications aren't coming, and basically I have to go through it.
Wow. And how are you feeling now? Other than...
Today's a good day.
Today's a good day. It's the first time you've been out of the house other than going to the hospital in 6 months?
Yeah.
And you came to my house. I'm honored. We were going to cook him a steak, but he's not feeling up to that today. I mean, are you? I can cook you a steak. I got some in there. So, but how's your health progressing?
At this point, my fistula that was open on my abdomen, well, I had 2. I had a second one that opened up. I can show you probably without too much stress. So my first fistula was right in this area. As you can see, it's really dry and scabbed up. And a fistula is basically an open wound that has a channel that goes in through your abdomen and then has an open hole into your intestines. So your intestinal fluid is leaking out. Everything that goes through your intestines leaks out and comes out of the fistula, instead of the openings where they're supposed to.
So yours
Well,
is...
this part of the scar right here is very weak also. You can't really see it without
Yeah,
the
I
light.
can see it.
The scar that comes over this way. And right here I had a second fistula that opened up right next to the first one.
Okay.
And that is closed, but I can tell that there's still some fluid there. So I still have open fistulas in my gut, but not through my abdomen right now. So at least that's positive.
That's good.
And I still have my ostomy bag. Thankfully, I have one of those privacy pouches, or what you want to call it, so that you don't have to see the stuff in there, which is nice. One of the hardest things that I have to get through every day is, of course, you guys saw that my whole abdomen was basically wide open. Now, even just the fabric of my t-shirt laying on my abdomen feels like someone has a hot iron that weighs about 20 pounds pushing on it. And I don't know if that is going to go away.
Is that the skin, or is it just the way your abdomen is?
I think it's the nerves.
Okay.
Trying to either grow back in the area where it was torn, or maybe it's just I don't quite understand exactly what's causing it, and my doctor's kind of confused by it too, and thinks that it's something that probably will heal, but we honestly don't know. So
you were talking about the ports in your arm?
Yeah, these I have to flush once a day, and then I have my TPN, which is a
explain what TPN is.
Perennial or something like that nutrition. Basically, it has all the calories, all the nutrients, all the vitamins that I need throughout the day. I barely eat right now. I eat about 3 or 4 bites of anything that I have, a meal or whatever, and that's about all I can stomach. I'm not drinking very much fluid at all. Unfortunately, I just get so nauseated, and even with the highest over-the-counter nausea medicine available, or prescription nausea medicine available, just doesn't do it.
So basically, you get your food in a bag?
Yep.
But you don't have a feeding tube?
No, thankfully no feeding tube, but
okay.
That's kind of like a feeding tube, I think.
Anyway. Well, yeah, but it doesn't. A feeding tube goes directly into your stomach versus.
No, I don't have that. So this goes. I hook it up, and I'm hooked up for 18 hours a day. It's a nice big bag. I think it's about a 2.5 gallon bag. I can put it in a backpack and sling it over my shoulder and go anywhere I want. And so it is mobile, but it's very, very heavy when I first hook it up, and it's difficult for me to sling it around or have that extra weight to carry. So once I'm hooked up, I basically don't move very much at all.
Now, how are you doing walking-wise and stuff like that?
Actually, I did pretty decent today walking, I think, anyway, using my staff or walking stick that I have. It's still very painful to get up and walk, but I can do it. I am pretty much bedbound for the most part. Walking or going to the fridge, as long as there's something in there that I can grab quick, I try to do that. But it's even difficult to actually, get up, use the restroom, or get my own clothes. As gross as it sounds, still haven't taken a shower for over 1.5 years now.
That happens. Do they have a time frame as to when they expect you to be off your TPN, or when they expect your fistulas to close, or if you're going to have another surgery or anything like that?
It likely will require another surgery. When I had talked to my doctor or my surgeon in November about it, she had originally said that possibly in February we would go back in and do an exploratory to see if she could find the fistulas and close them up. But again, we don't know for sure if that's a possibility, and there's also the chance that once she goes back in, that my skin is going to rip and my abdomen's going to tear open again. If you can see right here, the skin is paper thin over top of where Yeah, it was. You can almost see through it. If you have the right light, you can kind of see the stuff where it used to be, and you see how deep my sternum is now.
Yeah.
You know, it's poked a hole all the way through there, but so there's always that chance that it is going to rip open again with another surgery. But all I can do is push through and keep trucking.
And how much did you weigh before you went into the hospital?
I went in September 2020. I weighed 245 pounds. Over the time of the 11 months that I was in the hospital, I lost, I think, 65 or 70 pounds. I was down to 100 and, unfortunately I can't remember right now. But I know I lost about 70 pounds around there. I have since gained it back, and the nutrition that they put in my arm is designed to control my weight, so I don't have to, worry about those little bit of food. I'm not losing weight, I'm not gaining weight, but I am keeping steady. So
your beard's growing in pretty nice too.
yeah, I don't do much with it. It just grows.
It just grows. And easy. Nice and easy. How old are you?
39.
39 years old. And how many years have you been dealing with your health issues?
30. Well, I was born with cancer, so you could say my whole life. But 36 years. They found it when I was 3 years old. Found the tumor. It had been growing while I was in the womb. They could actually see the differences when they went back and looked at the ultrasounds and realized that, yeah, I was actually born with a death sentence, which everybody is. When you're 3 years old, it's hard to understand.
And 36 years later, it's still hard to understand. So, anything else you want to say to anybody?
Just want to thank you for all your prayers, for all the gifts that people have given to me, for all the ways everyone's helped out. I don't deserve it.
You do deserve it, because everybody loves you, man. And you deserve to be here. So if you made it this far, folks, I do appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, and appreciate all your love and support and all your prayers. And if you guys need to get in contact with Sean, we can always set up. You can email me and I can forward it on to him or something like that, because my email is in the about page on my page, and I'll put it in the description. That way you guys can email me if you have anything you want to talk to Sean about, and he can answer anything for you. So appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day.